coordinate geometry. We want to look into coordinate geometry. This is another topic that is now common in WASSCE and NECO exam. Coordinate geometry. When we talk of coordinate geometry, if we have 2 points, let's say point A and B. Point A has a coordinate of x and y, and point B also have a coordinate of x and y as well. So there are 2 points on a rectangular plane shape. Now, when we join the two together with a straight line, then we can create another C, another center, or another point on the same line, and then find the point of intersection of the horizontal and vertical lines. By this, we can also find the distance between 2 points. The distance between 2 points. Say, if we have point A of a coordinate x1, y1 coordinate, and point B of coordinate x2, y2, coordinate x2, y2. We have point A and B, coordinate x1, y1, and x2, y2. Now, we have to find the distance between A and B. We want to find the distance between A and B. If we are to find this distance AB, if we are to find distance AB, in this regard, our distance AB will be by formula square root of what? It will square root of x1 minus x2 all squared plus y1 minus y2 squared minus y1 minus y2 squared. This is the formula for finding the distance AB. If you are to find the distance AB at any time, we say x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. What are we saying here under coordinate geometry? We are saying that if you are given, for example, if you are asked to find the length, find the length of the line joining the point, join the point A 2, 3 and B 5, 7. Find the length of the line joining the point A 2, 3 and B 5, 7. How can we find this? How can we find this line or the length of AB? How can we find the length AB? What we are saying here is that we are to apply the coordinate geometry rule. Coordinate geometry rule. How? Now we say that AB, our AB by formula is square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. You can imagine When I give you the formula here, I'm trying to interchange it here, telling you that you can use any of the side. Just make sure you use it correctly. The first one here, I said x1 minus x2 squared. But now I want to use x2 minus x1. It is the same thing because you are taking the square of that particular value. And once you are starting from the x2, you will start from the y2 as well. If you are starting from x1, you will start this one from also y1. These are the primitive conditions for the finding the distance of 2 points on the straight line. How do we find this level now? Here, we talk of AB equals to x2. x2 is 7 minus 3 all squared plus 5 minus 2 squared. This is 7 minus 3 will give us 4 squared plus 5 minus 2 will give us 2 squared. This is equals to 16 plus 9. And then square root of 16 plus 9 gives us 25. Square root of 25 is equals to 5. So it means the length of the line joining A and B together will be equals to 5. It will be equals to 5. And that is the length that we have to find in that place. Let's assume that you are given the length in another form. Example 2. Find the length of the line journey P into 2 minus 3 and P into minus 1 and 11. We want to find the length of the line during those places. So in this regard, we have let P length PB equals to square root of 11, that is our y2, minus 3 all squared, because the value of our y1 is minus 3. Then plus x2, which is minus 1, minus 2 all squared. Now, the next thing is to solve. It means that here we have 11 plus 3 squared, that is minus multiplied by minus will give us plus. 11 plus 3 squared plus minus 3 squared. This is a 14 squared plus 9. 14 squared is a 256. 14 squared is a 256 plus is that? Yes, 256 plus 9. What's it plus 9? 256. Oh, sorry, is it 256? 14 multiplied by 14. 14 is a 416. 196 rather. 14 squared is a 196. 196 plus 5 will give us the square root of 205. The square root of 205. And that is our PB. Our PB will be square root of 205. Again, you will be asked from the coordinate geometry again to find the coordinate of midpoint. You may be requested to find the coordinate of midpoint. When we say coordinate of midpoint, coordinate of midpoint. If you want to find the coordinate of midpoint, it has a formula. When we talk of line AB or point AB, say we talk of, let's draw the line A, and then B into X2, Y2. We want to find the midpoint. The midpoint here. The midpoint, let's call this midpoint. We want to find the value of midpoint. Let's call it C. Our midpoint C. How do we find midpoint C? How do we find midpoint C? If you want to find this midpoint, we'll say that AB, or midpoint A, will give us the formula of x1 plus x plus x2 all over 2, comma, then y1 plus y2 all over 2. This is the formula for the midpoint C. X1 plus x2 all over 2 and y1 plus y2 all over 2. This is the formula for the midpoint theorem. What are we saying? For example, if we are to find the midpoint of a line, let's try to solve one problem so that we're able to get it clearer, more clearer. For example, let's find, the midpoint. Example, if you are to find the midpoint of the line joining the point A and B of 9 and 15. We want to find the midpoint of the line joining point A, which is of coordinate 5 and 11, and point B, which is of coordinate 9 and 15. We are to find the midpoint. Then we need to use the midpoint rule. What is the midpoint rule? We have point A and B on the line. Then we want to find the midpoint of that particular line. Let's call the midpoint to be C. Let the midpoint be C. Let the midpoint be C. Let the midpoint be C. Now, when you say C, you want to find midpoint C. You want to find midpoint C. The midpoint C will be equals to the value of our x will come first. At any time you are finding the coordinate, if you are looking for the coordinate of anything, the value of your x must come first, followed by the value of y. In this aspect, in this question, our a, the coordinate here is in coordinate A, the value of our x here is 5. So we say 5 plus the x value here is 9 all over 2, comma. Then this one is 11 plus 15 all over 2. Now we add together 5 plus 9 give us 14 over 2 and 26 over 2. This is equals to 7 and 13. This is equals to 7 and 13. That means the midpoint of a line between A and B given to us in the question will be 7 and 13. Let's try another one. If we are given, number 2, if you are given a question like this, find the midpoint of the line joining the point -5 and -3, and that is point P, sorry. Point P -5 and -3, and point Q -7 and -5. Then find the midpoint of the line joining the points -P -5 and -3 and Q -7 and -5. Now we want to find the midpoint. How can we get, or how can we find the midpoint of this question? Point P is -5 and -3, and point Q is -7 and -5. In this case, we have to determine midpoint. Let the midpoint be R. Let R of a x, y coordinate be the midpoint of line PQ. Midpoint of line PQ. Okay, now we are to find R into x, y. We are to find R into x, y. How do we find this? R into x, y, midpoint. The value of our x will be -5 plus -7, 2. And the value of our y will be -3 plus -5. This now gives us -5 -7 all over 2 -3 -5 all over 2. This gives us -12 over 2 and -8 all over 2. It gives us -6 and -4. It gives us -6 and -4. That means the midpoint of line PQ, the coordinate there will be equals to -6 and -4. That's the coordinate of our, let's see. We still have other ones. We'll be touching it briefly, so that when you see it in the exam, it will not be difficult for you to answer. I want to make sure that we touch at least almost all the aspects of this particular problem, this particular topic. So let's go to gradient. Gradient is also common in WAEC. Find the gradient of this, find the gradient of that, especially in the topic of coordinate geometry. How can we find gradient?